Okay, so this is going to be my attempt at carving an animal. I've decided on a dolphin. I have no idea how to carve a dolphin. I'm going to just try it anyway. The reason I've chosen a dolphin is because years ago, a friend of mine and I were bored, and we both, found a piece of wood each, and we both had a knife. Don't know where we got them from, and we decided to just kill a few hours and carve something. We decided on dolphins. In the end, by the time it took us a few hours, by the time I'd carved my dolphin, I was really, really happy with my dolphin. I thought it looked like an actual dolphin. I thought his looked like a pig with flippers. He didn't. He thought his was a really good dolphin. So it just makes me think maybe I was a bit delusional about my dolphin. Maybe I thought my dolphin was better than it actually was. So I know I'm not using the right equipment. I have no idea what wood you need to use. This is just a piece of an apple tree. This knife, I'm pretty confident it's not I know 100% it's not the right knife. It's not, I'm not using the correct tools. And I've just got a piece of tape wrapped around my thumb a few times because I'm carving towards my thumb. This is not an instructional video by any means, so don't copy what I'm doing. It's just a bit of a fun video. I'm just seeing if I can, carve something that possibly resembles a dolphin. Okay, so I've changed my bit of wood. This isn't the same bit of wood, just in case anyone thought that I'd made loads of progress. I haven't. I've just basically grabbed a bit of kindling wood that I had near the fire. This seems to be a bit softer and easier to carve. So I'm going to continue where I left off. And yeah, that's much easier. So now I'll try and see if I can get it down to like a pointy shape. So the shape of a dolphin snout, or whatever you call it. So keep going. Sometimes I'm going to go quiet just because I haven't got much to say really. And I hope there's not too many knots. There's a knot there. Knots are quite hard to carve through. So far I haven't cut myself, so that's a bonus. So I'll just, in fact, that might be a bit easier. Just pushing away. Right. It's quite hard on the hands, this, if it's not something you do all the time. I think probably takes a bit of getting used to, and I think anyone who carves every day would probably have muscles in their hands that I don't have. So this is getting quite right. Oh. Maybe I'm just trying to carve off. Maybe the chunks I'm trying to carve off are a bit too big. Maybe I need to carve off smaller chunks at a time. So it's kind of taking shape slightly. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to keep this corner where the dorsal fin. I don't know how far back the dorsal fin needs to go. So we'll start about there. Okay, so I'll start doing a slope for the dorsal fin here. I'm just going to get the general shape of the dolphin sort of in the beginning before I start actually fine-tuning this soon to be magnificent sculpture. Okay, so that's that. And then dolphin's got a flat tail, so I'm going to try and make so the corner, what I'm doing here, that's going to be the dorsal fin there, It's going to be the front of the dolphin, and then the flat bit of tail there. So I need to carve this right down if I can. I need to do this on both ends, so it might take a bit of time, but we'll get there. Nice. See, I'm trying to be a bit. The chunks I'm trying to carve now are probably a bit ambitious, but I'll just continue. So I'm just flattening out the tail at the moment. I should really have drawn a dolphin sort of picture onto the wood so I could have something to kind of carve around, but I didn't, and it's probably too late to do that now. So I'll just continue what I'm doing now. So yeah, as I say, this is in no way an instructional video, because I'm, as you might have already realized, completely useless at carving. For now I'll blame the tools that I have. The wood's not the perfect wood, and this knife certainly isn't the right knife. But yeah, we'll continue anyway. Oh. That's sort of, if you have an imagination, you can kind of imagine what it's going to look like, because I can. I don't know the exact sort of dimensions of a dolphin anatomy, so you know, at the very least I hope it doesn't look like a pig with flippers, but I hope it does look something like a dolphin. We'll see. Okay, so the only thing with carving is if you make one little mistake, like for instance if I carve too hard on the dorsal fin or something, then then it comes off, and then the whole project is ruined really. So you've got to be careful what you do. Just trying to do the slope of the dorsal fin now. Right, it's not the worst sort of start, I guess. Okay, I think I need to try and start getting into the slope of the dorsal fin. Just be careful, because I don't want to take a whole chunk off. So that's that one. Move that way so you can kind of see. So there's the nosy bit. There's the flat tail. Yeah, I think it's getting there. This tape's not hanging onto my finger very well anymore. In fact, it's actually getting in the way. That's not good. Sliver of wood's come off there. That sliver of wood's threatening to come off. Let's just get that off so we can work around that. Okay, so that's kind of ruined my dolphin a little bit, but well, we'll continue. So I don't know, do the dolphin's fins line up with the side fins line up with the dorsal fin. We'll just do them that way anyway. Okay, so that's that. I'll just dig into there a little bit. Nice. I'll do the same again on that side, so I'll just have a rough sort of, do a rough line there, just there or thereabouts. I know this isn't going to be the perfect dolphin, so if things don't exactly line up, then I think for a first attempt I'll still be happy. Oh, second attempt if you count the one I did years ago. Can't remember what knife I used, but it seemed to cut into the wood better than this one. There's a knot. It's going to give me a few issues, I think. So let's try and dig it out. It's going to be easier. Right. So the only thing I'm concerned about at the moment is the dorsal fin's a bit sort of lopsided because of the... Right. It's going to be a slightly lopsided dolphin by the looks of it. But we may be able to correct that. I don't know, I'll try and correct it. Might have to get rid of it, might have to just... Right. Actually, I'm wondering whether it'd be worth... Because that one seems to be more lined up. So I wonder whether that could just... Yeah, I may have to just forget about that as the dorsal fin and just use this as the dorsal fin now. Because of the way I've kind of used the wrong angle of the wood. So, okay, so we'll just... Can't, can I? Bugger. Done the tail, haven't I? Shit. Right. So it looks like I'm going to have to just continue with this as the dorsal fin. Okay, so this dolphin just turned out to be a bit of a not a dolphin at all, but we'll continue. I know that these side fins should really be more kind of underneath the dolphin. They kind of hang down, don't they? They're on the side, but more sort of down than where they are on this wood sculpture thing, carving. But I'm too far into it now to start on a new piece, I think. Okay, so I just had to reapply my thumb protecting tape because it was coming off. So we're back doing this. I'm just having a look. I didn't realise the underside might, with a bit of work, might line up slightly better, and coincidentally this knot that I was trying to remove earlier may, if I'm going to look at it in a bit, may serve as a natural blowhole. So that might be something that I'll be doing. But I'm just going to try and shape this a bit and see if I can get it to a better place than the other one was, than the other side, because the other side's a bit of a flat dorsal fin and these fins seem to be on the side too much, whereas these will still be on the side, but I may be able to make them look slightly better if I can get this down a bit. might have been worth trying something different for my first attempt at filming a carving, like a gingerbread man or something. Not a dolphin might have been a bit ambitious, but we're sort of in the mix now, so might as well just keep going with it. I don't know how I'm going to get around this sort of imperfection in the wood. So that's almost okay for the dorsal fin. As in, it's not ideal, but I've managed to kind of even it up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. It's not the best, but it's a better place than it was earlier on with the dorsal fin, with the state of the dorsal fin. So just try and gouge that out now. So as it's probably becoming more and more crystal clear, I'm not a professional wood carver, even though I did make sure to state that in the beginning of the video, but I think the way the video has gone has made it very clear without me saying it, but I'm doing my best with the tools I have. Yeah. I would definitely suggest anyone doing carving like this, or any carving with a sharp bladed object, to not do what I'm doing. Use gloves. Obviously I should be using gloves, but I just don't have any to hand at the moment. So I've just opted to continue the video without gloves. So this dorsal fin's gone a bit wrong. It was a circle and now it's decided that it's going to become a bit flattened out like an oval shape. So I don't know what's going on there. Guessing we're not going to be able to use that as a sorry, I said dorsal fin, not dorsal fin, the blowhole. So that is not ideal. It's just created a giant hole in the head. Bet this would give a professional wood carver nightmares, coming across a knot like that just decides to ruin everything that you've been doing. So now I've got a giant hole in my dolphin's head. I need to figure out how I'm gonna sort that out. Probably just have to try and just carve through it and hope it's not noticeable at the end. Right. So the dolphin's head is a bit off to the wrong side, so I need to just bring that in a bit. I don't even know what wood this is that I'm carving with, so I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I couldn't give you a rundown of the materials that I'm using, apart from the fact that I'm using a knife and just a random bit of wood I found in a bag of kindling. But the key for me is that it seems to be soft enough to carve without too much hassle. Because I tried a couple of bits of wood earlier, a couple of other bits of wood. That didn't go very well at all, though. Rock hard. Okay, so that seems to be, there we go. So I managed to get rid of that. So I've got my kind of dolphin-ish head shape. So I'll try and do something with these fins. I'm just desperately hoping that I can get through this whole video without slicing my hand open. So far I've done okay, but I think I've just been lucky up till now. Right. So I should really be trying to angle these fins downwards, because dolphins' fins are angled downwards if I remember correctly. So it's kind of getting there. I don't know if you can get an idea of the shape of it on the camera. There's side fin, kind of dorsal fin that's not quite where it needs to be yet. Then dolphin shaped nose, flat tail, let's angle that, flat tail. So it's kind of half getting there. just time consuming, that's all. No! See, that's what I didn't want. I've broken some of the width of my tail off. So, see if I can... I'll have to try and even that up now. Damn it. See, that's kind of thing where things start to go wrong, when you start breaking important bits off, like the edge of the tail, where you need to then kind of improvise with the shape of the... Okay, so... So my dorsal fin is going to be a little bit lopsided, a little bit kind of off to the one side, but there's not a lot I can do about that because of the way the wood's shaped. I've tried my best to work around it, and I think I've done an okay job, but it is going to be a bit of a defective dolphin, unfortunately, but not much I can do. So I'm just trying to get the sort of basic tail shape at the moment. I have to bring this in more. That's a shame. But it's a shame that I knocked that piece of tail off, because it would have looked a bit better if it was wider. Ah, I've done it again. I need to stop doing that. Right, so you can see his tail's starting to sort of take shape. Need to angle this in now, because from the fins down the sort of belly of the dolphin, it gets thinner toward the tail, doesn't it? So I need to taper that off now. Okay, so my dorsal fin is going to be a little bit lopsided, a little bit kind of off to the one side, but there's not a lot I can do about that because of the way the wood's shaped. I've tried my best to work around it, and I think I've done an okay job, but it is going to be a bit of a defective dolphin, unfortunately, but not much I can do. So I'm just trying to get the sort of basic tail shape at the moment. shame. It's a shame that I knocked that piece of tail off, because it would have looked a bit better if it was wider. Ah, I've done it again. Yeah, I need to stop doing that. Right, so you can see its tail's starting to sort of take shape. Need to angle this in now, because from the fins down the sort of belly of the dolphin, it gets thinner toward the tail, doesn't it? So I need to taper that off now. Get these little shaving edges there off. Continue to taper that bit down. So let me just put a line there for where I don't want to go past with the tapering, without knocking the tail completely off. So my slightly lopsided dolphin is starting to look more like a dolphin. I dare say if you looked at it, you'd be able to see what I was trying to carve. So, trying to taper this a bit more. I've got to be very careful not to knock the whole tail off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to tell what I'm trying to carve. So. Right, so let's see. The dorsal fin is never going to be perfect because because of the shape of the wood, I've had to sort of improvise. But I'll make it as good as I can. That's breaking off there. Right. So also, I must apologise if there's been any echo on this video because I did have a little listen back a few minutes ago to part of it, and it is quite echoey. So I'll turn the echo down on the microphone. I don't know whether to leave this with the carved look after I'm done with it, or whether to give it a bit of a sand with some sandpaper, or to like fine tune it, or am I expecting this to be better than it's actually going to turn out? This dolphin's not turned out at all like I was hoping it would. The fact that I had to turn it over and carve it from a different angle, and the dorsal fin's all messed up, and it's not looking anywhere near as much like a dolphin as I was expecting. The first attempt I did years ago was such a good dolphin compared to this one. This one's looks like I've carved this with a butter knife. Don't know if you can hear the rain. It's a bit of a rainy day today outside, bouncing off the window above me. So I'll get rid of this dorsal fin that I was trying to use earlier. That was my first attempt at the dorsal fin, but it was very misaligned. I mean, this one's not much better, but it is a little bit better. So I mean, even though it's not going to be the dolphin I was hoping to carve, it's been an interesting process and a bit of a learning curve. Oh, that's gone a bit deep. I have to try and fix that somehow. Quite hard on the hand, this. I wonder if I'm going to have achy hand muscles tomorrow. We'll see. I'm going to try and flatten out the tail a bit more now. Well, try and flatten it out. Just give my hand a rest for a second. Okay, time to flatten out the tail. So I know it's not going to look like a dolphin. I think the best I can hope for is you'll be able to see what I was trying to carve. But actually looking like a dolphin, I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. I might try again with a different piece of wood another day. See how I feel. But I mean, from where it started, looking something along the lines of that to that, it's definitely, I've definitely made some progress, haven't I? Progress, however you want to say it. Just need to be careful not to take off any of the width of the tail. I think it'd be quite easy to shave and chip a piece off, and then next thing the dinosaur. What was I saying? Dinosaur. The dolphin could potentially just have like a stump tail, which wouldn't be great. I wonder if I should try and curve the tail upwards. Yeah. I'll try and curve the tail up to make it look like it's actually swimming, as opposed to just a straight flat tail. Might give it a bit more realism. Yeah. So yeah, to be fair, I think if I curve the tail up a little bit more, then it might help the dolphinish look to it. Might bring it to life a little bit more. This tape around my thumb has done a good job. So just a couple of layers of just normal decorating tape, and it's done the job. Saved my finger. This tail neck, or whatever you want to call it, tail trunk, needs to be thinner. So we're getting there. Just need to thin this tail out a bit more. thought I just had to shave from the bottom, but I think I need to shave the top at an angle as well. To give it more of a sort of downward slope look. And see, this tail needs to be a bit more rounded, a bit more flowy, as opposed to blocky like it is now. Got a feeling this, if I put too much pressure on this tail, it's going to snap. So I just need to be very careful. Oh, there we go. That, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is exactly what I didn't want to happen. So I'm going to have to just leave that bit of the tail now. I've gone as far as I can go, and I've now snapped a piece off. Well, not necessarily off, but I've snapped a piece, so I can't keep carving that bit now. So that's a shame. So that's the tail. As gosh, it's coming off as well. Bugger. Right. So it's still got a thin bit of width there, so I could potentially still thin the tail out a bit more. But it just won't have the sort of swimming effect that I wanted. I'll just have a flat tail now, which we'll have to do. It's better than no tail, as it very nearly was. I need to shape the tail as well, to be honest. I kind of neglected that. This is where things could get a bit squirrely, because I feel like, I don't know much about wood and grains and things, but I think there's some lines. I think it means that if I cut into it, I might pull a whole chunk off the tail. Try anyway. Although the blade's dangerously close to my finger, so if it slips then... Right, so I wonder if I can try and make these fins look a bit better. Maybe a tiny bit of that. Right. Okay, so it doesn't look fantastic, but yeah, I don't know, it looks okay. I mean, it kind of looks like a dolphin, also looks like potentially like a shark. Anyway, that's my attempt at a dolphin. I think I've gone as far as I can go, definitely with the tail. I don't want to try and chip away any more at that because it's just going to disintegrate. Yeah, the dorsal fin hasn't turned out exactly how I'd hoped. But also, the thing is, with people that carve with proper tools, I believe you get sort of like angled blades and sort of all sorts of things. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching me carve this almost dolphin. Yeah, please subscribe to my channel. It'd be very helpful. Thanks very much. Bye.